Hi everyone, thanks very much for joining us again today. I'm here with an alum from our Jordan Intensive Arabic Language Studies, which is a summer program based in Amman, Jordan. So Dale, would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself?
Sure. Ahlan wa sahlan. Ismi Dale. Hello. Good afternoon. Almost on your end. My name is Dale, and I graduated from Santa Clara University actually in June of 2015. And then right after I graduated, a few days afterwards, I then traveled to Amman, Jordan, and spent a month there, finishing it out in July, and had the opportunity to work on intensive language studies, specifically with the colloquial or Shami Arabic. In addition, I had the opportunity to be in a homestay and had a wonderful time getting a chance to be immersed not only by the culture and the religion, but also just getting a chance to see what day-to-day life was like within the city and take in the sights, smells, and sounds. So it was a phenomenal opportunity.
Excellent, thank you. So what are you doing now back in the States?
Right. Currently, I am working actually as a security guard in California. And in addition, I'm also a reservist, a U.S. Army reservist, stationed with a unit in Mountain View, California at present.
Okay, thank you very much. So, to jump in right away to our questions, can you let me know what appealed to you about SIT's program in Jordan? There are many different ways to acquire Arabic, but I want to know what made you choose SIT over other programs.
Right, right. I think one of the major parts of this program was the ability to be able to really engage in experiential learning, get a chance to be immersed, certainly in the culture. And I was connected with SIT through Santa Clara University. And I knew that after I graduated, I wanted to continue to work on the language. And in order to do that, I felt that an immersion trip was necessary to take the language to the next level. And I was amazed at just the connection with the homestay coordinators and the Jordanian counterparts in Amman that helped make the transition easier. I also had done a little bit of homework on Jordan, but knew that it was a unique, small country in itself that has an interesting mix of definitely Arabic culture, but also has Western influence as well. And so it's an interesting balance to see that. And there's a huge international component there as well. So it was a combination of factors, but it really did boil down to getting a chance to be within a new, different country and to make that transition. And SIT also seems to have a number of programs, certainly, that are offered, but my focus was the Middle East.
You mentioned quite a few different things there, so now I'm going to ask you to be very specific and
Yeah.
name one thing from your summer in Amman that you really enjoyed or appreciated from the programming.
Sure. Let's see. That's a good question. I really enjoyed living with the family. I think that was perhaps the most integral part because they took me in as their own. It was a really great match, and they were really transparent. And I was fortunate to be with a family that also had two sons, and so I got a chance to connect with them, some guys who are a little younger than me, but at the same time also connect with the parents, the father and their father and mother. And so just that hospitality and their ability to keep me honest and speak Arabic and step outside of my comfort zone was really reassuring and a really helpful way to stay plugged in and get connected.
Did anyone in that homestay family have any English ability?
Yes, in fact, the father had really great English, and his two sons had conversational English, and so yes, that also was an interesting exchange where they wanted to continue to work on their English, and I was trying to work on my Arabic. So we had moments where we did compromise, and I think it was mutually beneficial for us.
That's always very good to hear, and I'm glad that you were able to do both languages as a kind of exchange.
Right.
Now, as you know, sometimes SIT we keep our programs on the smaller side, so it's more beneficial to you. I'm sure there were only a handful of students in your Arabic level when you were studying there in Abdun's circle, which keeps it small and intimate and gives you a real chance to get the experiential learning environment. But at the same time, that it makes it hard for people to hear about SIT. So out there, you're in California, out there, how would you explain SIT to someone who hasn't heard about it?
Hmm. That's a very good question. I guess I would say that it takes a multifaceted approach to learning, at least in my case, a language, as far as having a class setting, but also getting out into an area where the language is spoken, and also looking at the historical aspect, the cultural aspect, getting a wide panoramic view, if you will, of the language and the culture and everything together. So it it really does put things in perspective and shows someone how far a language can go and the windows that it can open up into another world and a different perspective. And so I think that's what SIT has to offer and what it does. If I was to try to explain it.
Okay, it's a tricky question to answer succinctly right away. So now, have you had the opportunity, or do you plan to go back to the region or Jordan in particular?
Yes, I definitely would love to go back. And now that I have an understanding of where certain places are and certain activities that I would like to pursue, and it would be great to catch up with the family um, with whom I'm staying with. That would be a wonderful opportunity. So I've been doing some planning, and hopefully, inshallah, God willing, I'll be able to return at some point in a few years down the line.
Well, make sure you let us know because we definitely always like to keep tabs on our alumni and what they're doing and where they are in the world. So now, tell me one thing you wish you knew before you went to Jordan that you know now.
Hmm, that is a good question. Um, I guess I would have to say maybe more emphasis on what Jordan is like during certain times of the year. I know for me, I was there during the holy month of Ramadan. And so that in itself was an amazing experience, but I believe it was also a, shall we say, only one part of what Jordan could be like. And so, yes, it was very unique and fascinating and an amazing nightlife, but it was, I'm sure, not indicative of what Jordan is like during different times of the year. I think having a better understanding of the months and the type of seasons, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. I was there right before Ramadan in 2013, so it was an interesting experience seeing everyone getting ready.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you again very much for taking some time today. We've come to the end of the questions, but I always like asking our alumni if there's any last thing that they want to say to someone who may be looking around for different programs and considering SIT.
Right. I would definitely say if you get an opportunity to study abroad or are interested in SIT, you should definitely ask questions and go for it. If there's any interest whatsoever, it's amazing. Taking risks can have just an amazing impact, and you'll find yourself potentially on an adventure that you'll never regret. And so just being able to get as much information as you can and seek it out, you won't be disappointed. And yes, there's plenty of resources and plenty of people who are willing to help. So take advantage of those resources as well. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much. That's a wonderful way to end the interview today. I want to thank you and wish you the best of luck in the future. And remember to let us know when you do make it back to Jordan.
For sure. Shukran jazilan. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
Thanks. You as well.